Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the WTCR Championship on GT Sport. This is round 2, race 1 here at Red Bull Ring. Just before we get underway, I'm just going to show you the tyres that people are running for this one. So you can see TY, Neil and Bidzster. If you see the column in the middle there where it says RM, that is the racing mediums. So they're on the harder tyre in this race. And then also further down, Rodders, Task 1 and Seek 1 are as well. Everyone else running the normal option tyre in this one. So that should spice things up in this race. So we've got TY on pole from Neil and Bidzster. So we are getting ready for a start in this race. Seek 1 carrying maximum ballast in this one. He's near the back of the grid because the weight really does affect the rear wheel drive cars, and it does affect every other car as well. So we're getting ready for the lights to go on and out. Away we go. Good start by TY, and then we've got Nick Hash with a phenomenal start up the middle, and so's Rodders. The front wheel drive cars go backwards as expected at the start. Down towards the first corner, TY into the lead. And there we've got Nick Hash coming out second from Callum, and then Jamo, Bidzster and Neil side by side. Then we've got Task 1 Rodders further back. If it's anything like what Willow Springs was last week, this should be an intense race. As we come up to the hairpin, TY in the lead from Nick Hash then. And then it's a battle for third. Jamo, Callum, Neil, Bidzster, Task 1, there's some names, I can't reel them off fast enough. Everyone through those corners, nice and clean. Down the hill towards turn 3. Again, we'll be watching for track limits in this race. Wasn't so much of a problem at Willow Springs, because if you can do the track limits, you go onto the sand. But Rodders goes at the inside, Task 1, Neil confirm at contact. Task 1 playing pitball with Rodders and Neil, and then Bidzster and Rodders get caught up in a little misdemeanor as well, but no harm done. As we go down to the next corner, Neil Farmack on the inside of Rodders gets the position, 6th place for Neil Farmack. Meanwhile, up the front, TY, Nick Hash, Jamo, Callum, Bidzster, Neil, Rodders, all streaming through those corners up towards the last few corners. Now we'll be watching for track limits here, so the curb and the green section is fine. As we have a look here, just riding on board with Jamo, so the red and the green bit there is fine. Then also on the exit of this corner, the green bit's fine as well. In the first corner will be the yellow section. Everyone else comes streaming through there. Oh, Rodders a bit wide there, but he's lost speed. Seek 1 and Task move out to overtake. But that Lexus is so quick in a straight line, I think he'll be able to keep the positions, and he has. He's kept the positions into the first corner. Then will Task 1 go for it on the inside? Oh, close. A few people lock up, and then you see on the exit of that corner is that yellow stripe on the exit of that corner. That is the track limit for that corner as well, and it's same for this corner up here. If we have a look at the leaders, TY, Nick Hash, Jamo. You see the little yellow curve on the outside, that is the limit. So I'll be more than lenient with people with the track limits, and we'll see if people can respect that. We look at Rodders coming out of that corner, Task 1, Seek 1, and everyone else through that corner, a little bit spread out at the minute, but again, one mistake from someone and that could change the order completely. So you never know, watch this space. As Callum, twitch. Callum makes a little error there. Saying to himself, cowabunga, and speaking of cowabunga, Neil's alongside Bidzster. Bidzster in the Scirocco, the lighter car. But Neil, the more powerful car, both front wheel drive. Bidzster hopping over those curbs, not the quickest way around, but it's good enough to keep him in 5th place. As they exit that corner, onto the sort of back straight, if you will, towards the second to last corner. Through Rinse, the second to last corner, then Red Bull Mobile corner, which is the last one. I'll just call it the last corner, a bit easier to say. And plus I don't want to sound like a talking billboard. As Jamo and Callum go around that corner all very nicely. Neil Farmack from Bidzster from Neil Farmack. Rodders in 7th. Task 1 following suit. Seek 1 there. Firepower and Stacker having a nice little battle towards the back as well, which is good to see. We look at Bidzster and Neil side by side into turn 1. Bidzster keeps the position for now, but that TT has got such good straight line speed. As we'll have a look here on board with Bidzster. Look at the TT closing in the straight line, and he's going for the move. There he goes, he's going for the move, he's on the outside, he's almost past as we come up towards the next hairpin. Bidzster tries to keep it up the inside, but Neil's already got too much of an overspeed and gets through into 5th position. Good move there from Neil, taking advantage of the power of that TT. Meanwhile, battle for the lead is on. TY and Nick Hash. into the third corner, down the hill, get the power on. That's where the four-wheel drive comes in handy out the corner, but TY should be able to keep the defensive line into the next corner. Jamo and Callum waiting for any opportunity to take advantage of a mistake, but it's TY. Not many mistakes have been made, but Nick Hash piling on the pressure in that Jack Daniels Mazda. His teammate in fourth. So good showing here from the two Team Jack Daniels cars as they go through towards the last few corners. Neil Farmack and Bidzster still quite close together, and the battle for ninth place is still on. Seat 1, Firepower and Stacker all battling it out back there, but meanwhile the battle at the front. TY Nick Hash still lead the way in that group. Oh, Jamo a little bit wide there. That could be Callum's opportunity to pounce, and he goes to the outside, but again the top speed of that Lexus will keep Jamo ahead probably down towards the next corner. TY on the inside, Nick Hash trying to go around the outside and go for the cutback, and TY makes a mistake, and Nick Hash gets it. Nick Hash takes the lead as he go up the hill towards turn 2. Towards turn 2, the hairpin. Will TY go for it? No, he can't do it. Jamo goes to the outside. TY has to defend. Oh, twitch on power again. That BMW not liking twitching on the power. Meanwhile, Neil and Bidzster, 5th and 6th, still maintaining their positions. As we look back to the leaders. Nick Hash in the lead then. TY second, very sliding. That BMW doesn't look like it's handling the best. Jamo right behind him. Callum waiting for any opportunity again. Jamo goes to the inside. Will he go for a move here on the inside? He's on the inside. TY gives him space. Goes wide, but takes the wider line and stays ahead. Callum close behind now. Meanwhile, I think something's just happened further back. Yep, Firepower's gone further back. I saw a little arrow move on the exit of turn 3, so we'll just get a quick replay on that. So as we come back from that, the leaders then into the second to last corner, watching those track limits on the exit. Very easy to get caught out here, to get carried away, use too much track, and the penalties are there, so they will be added on at the end of the race if needed. Everyone really close in this battle. Callum looking for a way around Jamo here. No way around there. Everyone hopping over the curbs as Callum gets a good run out, but again, that Lexus will have the power down the straight, so I don't think there'll be any change of position there. Meanwhile, Neil and Bidzster still battling hard. That Scirocco, lightest of the field, but not got the power in a straight line. Neil will just pull away there in the TT on the straight. Bidzster will have to fall in behind as he does there. Will he go for a move into the hairpin? Nope, he's going to stay behind this lap. So no change at the front. Callum a bit closer to Jamo than he was. And TY quite a lot closer to Nick Hash. TY goes to the outside for a move down towards turn 3. Not able to get it yet. Nick Hash defends well. Good race this from Nick Hash. Good showing of skill from Nick Hash to keep these three behind him. Neil and Bidzster still close together. Bidzster looking for the outside, but again cannot match that TT on power. As we look at Firepower having a little look at seat 1 into the next corner, but no way through there, so he's caught back up to these two. Stacker ahead of seat 1 now, so seat 1 must have made a mistake somewhere. Side by side with Firepower, almost into the next corner. Oh, close as you like. Good stuff. As we look at the leaders, Nick Hash still leading the way from TY. Again, all 4 line astern, waiting for one of them to make a mistake so they can truck the other one. But look at the Lexus, closing up on the straight. But no, I don't think there's any gap to go through, and you can't risk a dive at this stage of the race. Or at any stage of the race really, as Callum closes up out the corner in the 4-wheel drive. So 4-wheel drive Mazdas, sandwiching rear-wheel drive BMW and a Lexus. As we go up the hill, TY up the inside of Nick Hash is on the inside. On the brakes, brave move up the inside. Jamo gives Nick Hash a little helping hand, but no way through there. TY gets the position, but will Nick Hash be able to get the speed? No, he won't. TY gets the lead. Nick Hash has to settle for second for now. He might make another move. We'll have to see. TY's got to have to go in defensive mode. Nick Hash will go for the dive. We all know he will. Back up the inside. But TY keeps his cool round the outside and stays ahead. Callum behind Jamo, still pressuring on in 4th place. Neil and Bidzster still the same gap apart, no difference there. But the main battle to watch is this battle for the lead. 1st to 4th, separated by less than a second probably. Second or 2 at least. All in the same camera shot. Brilliant stuff. As we go out of the little chicane, well not chicane, but sort of corner section, and then up the straight, up the hill. This is where if you've got weight on, it'll not help. Into the second to last corner. A bit wide there for TY and Callum, but get away with it. The green stuff is fine, the red stuff is not in that last sector. And then in this first sector, it is the yellow curb that is the limit. Beyond the yellow curb onto the red stuff will be a track limit penalty. Into the first corner, and TY goes in. Oh, twitch! Whoa! It's like he's not on tarmac. It's like his rear end's on gravel. He's that twitchy on this car, but gets away with it. And it keeps the same gap as well. So whatever you do in TY, it might not look pretty, but it works. We go into the corner. Oh, and again Nick Hatch with a twitch there. Even in the 4-wheel drive, the car twitching. That's how hard these guys are pushing. Neil Farmack Ghost in there. He must have got a penalty somewhere, so he's got to watch out for that because he'll get caught after the race. Because the penalty's on game, then this one won't count. It'll be the penalties given after the race by the steward. There's a look at Task One there on his own. And a bit further back we've got Rodders, Stacker, Firepower using a lot of the track there, so that'll be a definite track limit penalty as we see that. So TY maintains his lead then. He's maintained his lead for a lap or 2. Just got to keep Nick Hash at bay. But again, Nick Hash isn't going to give up. But it's whether the front tyres in that Mazda will last the distance, because that is the problem with the 4-wheel drive. It understeers quite a lot compared to the rear-wheel drive cars, and it does damage its rubber a lot worse than the others. The BMW and the Lexus quite good on its tyres. Into the last corner, trying to get a good run onto the straight, but again, all the cars there get a good run as Callum gets an even better run on Jamo, but Jamo will have the top end speed in the Lexus. As we go on board with Callum, you can see there, the Lexus pulls away under power, and easy as that, maintains his 3rd place. Into the first corner. Oh, careful of track limits there, boys. Got to be careful of that. Here's Neil and Bidzster. Oh, Neil goes over the track limits there. That could be a game changer for 5th and 6th place, because that could be a 1 or 2 second penalty, that, with the track limits, because he kept his foot in it. He kept ahead. So I'm being more than lenient with the track limits, because Callum will get one there. That's track limits there over the yellow bit. So usually in modern racing, it's if you're over the curb or white line, but I'm giving people a bit of slack here by saying they can go on the green stuff or the slightly on the yellow stuff, but not the red, not the bright red bit on the first sector and last sector. So I'm being more than generous, but people are still wanting to use a bit more of the track, which is fine, because people do want, we are race drivers, we do like to use the full extent of the track, but that's what the stewards are for as well, just to try and keep it fair between everyone, so there's some people, if there is some people using more than what's allowed, then they do get reined in on it. They are penalised for it. As TY under pressure now from Nick Hash, is in full defensive mode, pulls to the inside of the corner to defend the line into the next corner. But then you can't defend too much, otherwise you'll be slow out as Nick Hash goes for the inside, but then thinks twice about it before he makes the move. So Nick Hash really piling on the pressure here. TY doing well to absorb it. Meanwhile, here's Neil and Bidzster still battling it out in the TT and the Scirocco. Bidzster, I think, if he wasn't in that draft, he'd fall right back from Neil. But that Scirocco not really suited to this track, as Task One goes through in the Subaru. And back here we've got Rodders in 8th, Stacker in 9th, and Firepower back in 10th place, and Seat 1 all the way back in 11th, having a really horrible race in the sister BMW to the TY car, which is fighting for the lead. There's Nick Hash in the lead now. TY back to second, switch out the corner, and then Jamo and Callum very close together as well. But again, that Lexus just has the legs over that Mazda. Once that Lexus gets going, it goes into a full-on sprint. Can't catch up with the thing. But the downside is the BMW and the Lexus are 2 of the heaviest cars on track with the rear-wheel drive, and they don't do very well when they've got the weight on, but obviously without the weight they are absolutely flying. these rear drive cars. So each car has its own little catch. So four-wheel drive cars will burn up the rubber quite quick, and they will understeer quite a lot on the long fast corners, which isn't very good. And the rear-wheel drive's obviously not very good when they carry weight on board. They tend to suffer quite a lot with the weight. And then the front-wheel drive cars of Bidzster and Neil, who are very close together by the way, they do suffer at the start of the race because they're slower starts in front-wheel drive, and they do burn up the tyres as they go along, but they are very nimble in the corners, so that's what makes up for them. As you go round the second to last corner, Bidzster looking for a way round, but again cannot get close enough to go for a move as he goes trying to go up the inside, but no, cannot get the momentum onto the straight. That TT is just so fast when he gets the power down. Jamo having a look at TY now for second place, harassing him. Callum, oh careful, that was just only the yellow bit, he'll just got away with that because he didn't go onto the red bit, but you've got to be careful. As Neil and Bidzster come out the corner, so the Spitfire car, or the Spitfire coloured Messerschmitt ahead of the orange car of Bidzster. As you go out the... Oh, again, TY in that rear-wheel drive car. A lot more twitchy than Jamo in the Lexus. That BMW, very twitchy indeed. As we go out the other corner again, watching Neil and Bidzster. Still no cigar yet between them two. As we look at the leaders, into the third corner, down the hill, into the compression, into the dip, out the corner. Callum losing touch with these guys now, just a bit further behind. As we go into this long left-hander, down the hill, into the next one. Got to carry all the speed you can through this one to get good speed onto the next bit, which TY does. Closes right up behind Nick Hash. Let's go on board with Nick Hash now as we look at TY coming alongside us into the next corner, but we move across just to defend a little bit into the corner. No way through there for TY. We'll stay on board with Nick Hash. Oh, he runs a bit wide there. That could be a game changer. That could be a track limits, but he's not really made any ground out of it. But TY gets through. Will Jamo as well? I think he will because of the top end in that Lexus. He's harassing TY right behind him. As he goes right behind him, and oh, it's almost 4 into 1. TY on the inside. Oh, twitch. Nick Hash trying to go around the outside. Jamo left to hang to dry. Callum thinking, hey, cowabunga, let's go in the middle. Let's make it 3 wide. Let's make it interesting. He's trying to push TY through so then he can be 3 wide, but he tucks in behind his teammate. Jamo on the inside here could be the victor in this. 3 wide into the hairpin. This is going to end in tears, I know it. Oh, there's almost contact between all 4 cars, but Jamo gets out ahead from Nick Hash, from TY and Callum, so very close there. Brilliant racing. We go down towards turn 3. Nick Hash goes to the inside of Jamo. Very close. Oh, so close there to make contact, but just about get away with it as Neil and Bidzster come through, and they're still battling hammer and tongs, but the Spitfire still leads for the moment as Jamo goes round that next corner. Nick Hash being harassed now by TY. This gives Jamo the breathing space he needs. As we go down a little dip and up the hill towards Rint corner. To Rin, the second to last corner. Oh, everyone running a bit wide there, but everyone gets away with it. Nick Hash harassing. Jamo makes a mistake. That could be TY's opportunity to get third back. But again, that BMW doesn't have the top speed against the Mazda, or does it? Because he's pulling alongside him. Last lap now. 12 laps already gone. So on the last lap now, lap 12. Oh, Nick. Oh, I thought Nick could run wide then, but luckily gets away with it. Bidzster and Neil on the last lap as well. Bidzster and Neil very close to running wide, but again both keep it within the track limits as Bidzster goes for the move. But again, that Audi has such top end speed over that Scirocco. He'll be in front again as we go up to the hairpin for the last time. Jamo ahead from Nick, TY, Callum. All very close, but no changes yet as Nick Hash pulls out to the side. TY pulls alongside. TY looks like he might be able to get him here. He obviously got a better run out the corner and takes second place back. Neil still in front of Bidzster, by the way, further back as we go into the corner. Down the hill, Nick Hash tries to have a little look at TY again, but no way through. Jamo slow out the corner, TY closes. Bidzster and Neil, oh, little tap to Neil from Bidzster there as we go out the corner. Bidzster stays behind. And then we've got Stacker, Task, one's gone backwards, Stacker's gone into 7th, Rodders, and then Firepower, it rounds off the 10. So here come the leading pack then, through the last few corners. Power on now, up the hill towards the second to last corner. This could be the last chance for people to make a move. Jamo leads the way from TY, Nick Hash and Callum. Into the second to last corner we go. Jamo leads the way, Nick Hash looking for a way through on TY, now or never. But Jamo's just going to hang on, I think. And Jamo's going to come across the line and take the win from TY, Nick Hash and Callum on the line. Very close race indeed there, good to watch. Neil Farmack will finish 5th in front of Bidzster. Good race between them two as well, battled all race. I mean, this isn't over yet. Stackers in 7th, Task 1 8th. Rodders and Firepower battling out for 9th and 10th, but they'll both get a track limit penalty for that. As they go out of the last corner, it's going to be Stacker in 7th, Task 1 in 8th position, Rodders 9th, Firepower in 10th. And Seat 1, unfortunately, a very lonely 11th place at the back of the field. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay, guys, here's the results from that then. So Jamo wins on track, but unfortunately gets a 1 second penalty for track limits and drops to 3rd place, which then gives Nick Hash the win because TY also gets a 1 second penalty, which takes him from 2nd to 4th. So it is actually Nick Hash who wins that race from Callum. So it's an Atenza 1-2. Then it's Jamo and TY. And then in 4th place, so then in 5th place, then it would be obviously Neil Farmack. But he actually goes from 5th to 6th. So Bidzster and Neil swap round. So that's another turn out for the books. So then it's Bidzster from Neil. Then it's actually Stacker, Task 1, Rodders, Firepower, and then Seek 1. But the thing is, Firepower actually goes back to 11th place because he had 28 seconds worth of track limit penalties, which was actually 15 penalties overall. So quite a change up in results there, guys. So after all that controversy with the track limits, your winner is Nick Hash in the third. He was third, and he's now been inherited the win. So Nick Hash takes his first win of the season. So well done to Nick Hash, and unlucky for Jamo and TY, but that's what you get for doing track limits. So there is Nick Hash, your winner, and we'll see you guys for race 2. Take care.